banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Bengals are 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
36 yards on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken from about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Wentz to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here we go.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Now Wentz. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
6-0 our score after 1. Second and 11 now. Throwing now is Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
Take it in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
That was a heck of a sprint. Tried to get to the end zone, didn't quite get there, just short out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I know the defense is relieved he didn't get to the end zone, and the guy who was carrying the ball a little frustrated. He didn't make it all the way.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have moved out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
12, 11, 11. 11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. And that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
11 MT, take.
Mixon with a first down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here we go. 2nd and 2. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change? It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points. That doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try to put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Being that he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals are able to come into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. This time, the extra point will be good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. in just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
46 down, man, 5-4.
To throw is Wentz. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 20. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow, he finds his target. It's Schultz. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down. Burrow
looking to pass. 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
On play action, Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game.
Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
To throw, Burrow. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Wentz to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Wentz. The Bengal pressure gets him that time, down he goes. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So this would end the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, that is the bottom line, isn't it? moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball.